Hey there, powerful parents. It is Manny Cabrera with Sidekicks Family Martial Arts Centers. I hope that you are having an amazing Monday. I hope that you guys had a really great Thanksgiving as well. I hope you got to eat lots of turkey. I hope you got to eat lots of sweet potatoes, which is my favorite. We had a pretty great Thanksgiving at my house. We got to we got to spend it with my wife's family in Tallahassee, where we got to, have all of her mom's side of the family under one roof. So it was a really great, time to spend with family. I'm really excited to be on this call with you guys today. This is actually episode 2 of what we're calling season 3 of Powerful Days, which is my weekly Facebook Live show. We're going to talk about the one thing that moms and dads should remember, during the trying times with their kids. And so today really meant not necessarily as a, hey, here's a bunch of tips, but just to encourage you as a parent. And, with something that I kind of, sometimes I'll talk about it with our members, but something that I really try myself to bear in mind when it comes to, comes to our kids. Just so, I want to check us out before we're letting people get on the call with us. Check out the snowflakes that we're already putting up at our house. We're starting to do the full transformation into Christmas. Christmas time. So I think that's pretty cool. So we're gonna give it out another 10 seconds or so, and then we're gonna go ahead and get crack-a-lackin' with today's call. If at any time you have any comments or questions, just throw them in the comments section, and I'd be happy to answer them with you. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, today is episode 2 of season 3 of Powerful Days with Manny Cabrera. Today we're going to talk about the one thing that dads and moms should remember, during the trying times with their kids. So it's really very, very simple. You know what? Being a parent, and I can tell you this because I am the father of 3 kids. In fact, we're here at home today right now because one of the kids was having a tough day and we needed to kind of come home from the school early. So that's actually why we're here. But, being a parent's not an easy job. And sometimes it's a thankless one. Sometimes it's one that we place a lot of guilt on ourselves. One is that we always are constantly wondering, am I doing it right? And from my observation, because, my kids are, I have twin 8-year-olds and a 6-year-old. So they're still in the kind of the young side of things. We always wonder, am I doing it right? Are my kids going to turn out okay? All of those kinds of things. And from my observation, having worked with, thousands of kids and, families, over the last, 20 years here in this area, the thing that is evident is that those fears never really go away, or those concerns, the guilt, did I do enough, all of those things, they never really go away for a lot of parents. And you're always, what can I do to help my child to be more successful? Sometimes we're mired in the daily things of whatever's going on with school, whatever's, social situation that's coming up, all of those kinds of things. How am I helping my child to handle things on their own well enough? Those are all factors that start to, come into play as parents. And whenever you're encountering the trying times as a parent, it can be a isolating event. And what I mean by that is, if your child gets in trouble at school, or maybe all of a sudden, like one parent that I, spoke to recently, where her child was diagnosed with ADHD, and she was all of a sudden, overwhelmed by the whole thing, how to help him, plus, a nice, healthy, nice helping of, mom guilt, because almost like she felt like she had caused it, or had she done something else, maybe he wouldn't be like that, or, just, things that really are out of her control start to make you feel alone, start to make you feel like you're the only one that's going through whatever it is that you're going through, start making you feel like you aren't going to be able to, handle whatever it is, and that if you don't make the next right decisions, or you don't make the next right steps, or you don't do the next right thing, then your child is going to be ruined forever, and their life is going to be on a trajectory of doom. And what I am on here today for this episode is for this one thing that we always want to bear in mind when it comes to anything parenting related, because humans have had moms and dads, and humans have had kids since there have been humans on this planet. And so the best thing is to start by getting a little bit of perspective. You know what I mean? And the perspective, or the one thing is, that I try to remember whenever something, happens with our children, or whenever I'm encountering, a parent that comes to us with a, concern or something like that, is you're not the only family that is going through this. In fact, there are probably lots of other families that are going through the same thing. You are not alone in this. In fact, there are other moms and dads who are dealing with the same struggles, or are dealing with the same questions, or are dealing with similar decisions. And, the fact of the matter is that regardless of a lot of the mistakes we may feel like we're making, or the things that we're not doing enough of, or anything like that, children are so resilient that they tend to get to adulthood fully formed and healthy, and moving on to their own lives, sometimes despite our best efforts to screw them up, right? And so the thing to remember is that you're not alone in this, and that there are other people who are going through it. And that one thing, that one realization, at least for me, helps me understand that, number one, that there probably is a full network of, number one, that I'm not by myself, so that doesn't make me special, which means that with all of the kids who have grown up over the past, thousands of years of humanity, somehow kids, parents are finding solutions, they are getting it done, and more often than not, there's probably multiple solutions to whatever the situation is, And so, like, for me, that's reassuring that chances are I'm probably going to be able to work my way through whatever this parenting situation or decision is today. You know what I mean? The second thing is understanding that, I'm not alone, that I'm not the only parent who's going through this, or I'm not the only parent who has gone through this. It lets me remind myself that I don't have to be, isolating myself, or embarrassed, or worry that somebody's going to judge me as a parent, or, something like that. And certainly if you go on anywhere in social media, you'll have people, who act like fools, but those aren't the people that you need to be, focusing your attention on to anyways, right? But what you can use that understanding to is that, hey, there's probably a support network of your close circle of moms and dads, or, your close, family, if you have, relationships with them, of older family members who raised you, or raised your cousins, or, something, or raised your parents, maybe talking about your grandparent, who you can turn to, who have been through that situation, before. A lot of the things that I think about when it comes to my own children, I look to my own upbringing, and, how did my parents handle this? What strategy did they use? That kind of thing. And you know what? And if it requires further, conversation, I'll even ask, one of them. And so it's really important to know that this parenting journey is, you're not by yourself on it. And so my one goal for this video before we wrap it up is just get on here and tell you, Mom, I don't know what you're going through. Dad, I don't know what decision it is that you're dealing with. I don't know what your family is going through. And certainly, if you want to reach out, I'd be happy to try and comfort you. I'm not, certified expert for therapy or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination, but I can offer encouragement and offer, what has worked for, certainly worked for me, but just to tell you that you're not alone and that you can do this and that I believe in you. And so that's the one thing that I had for you today. I hope that you found this video useful. I hope you found this interesting. If you found this interesting, please feel free to share this with a parent that you know, or share it on your Facebook wall, or share it across all of the internet from here to eternity. And we'll be back for another amazing episode next week of Powerful Days with Manny Cabrera. With me, again, like I said, I am Manny Cabrera, the Chief Instructor and President at Sidekicks Family Martial Arts Center. For this purpose of these videos that we've done lately, I am a dad of 3, and I've taught literally hundreds, if not thousands, of kids over the last 20 years here in this area. Well, close to 20 years in this area, and then many years before that. So make it a powerful day, guys, and we'll see you very, very soon.